Namaste. Welcome back to our meditation and breathing practice. So after practicing asana, it's a really good time to take a shavasana. So have that long 5-minute rest. And then you come up and we practice the breathing and then the meditation. This makes us have a holistic, authentic yoga practice. And so I'm dividing it in 2 videos in order to give you some space in order to accomplish it through the week. But if you can do it in one long session, you will feel the benefits. But still, nonetheless, you can break it up. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin first by chanting our mantra. So bring yourself to a comfortable cross-legged position and bring your hands to your heart. Let your spine be nice and straight. You can be sitting on a chair, you can be sitting on the bed, you can be sitting on the floor, on the sofa. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to be doing that much moving. It's more of subtle body practices. Go ahead and have a nice inhale and a nice exhale. Good, and join me in a moment. Good, and just bow your forehead in. Have a moment with the breath. Have a moment with yourself. And then rub your palms together. Place your hands over your eyes. Inhale gently. Exhale sweetly. Bring your hands out. Hold your gaze down at your heart height. And then inhale again. And then exhale. Release the hands all the way down. Good. And then just go ahead and brush along your arms and your legs and your back a little bit and your chest, maybe up through your front body. Good. And then just sort of flick your wrists a little bit. All right, good. So I'm going to lead you on a practice. I'm not going to demonstrate the lying down part so that I can remember what I'm going to teach. So please lie down on your backs and bend your knees. So take your time to set up. I'll give you a couple moments. So lie down. You can be on your mat. You can be on your bed. You can be on the floor. Anything that's comfortable. Okay, and bend your knees with your feet flat and your feet hip width apart. Good. So with your feet a few inches away from your buttocks. And then let your chin slightly come down. And you can put a pillow under your head to do that. You know, especially if we're tight in the parts of the spine, if we lie down, the chin will lift. So if you put a pillow under it, it's going to bring your length to your neck, and your neck is going to, your chin and neck are going to feel comfortable. So the head should not be tilted back. Good, and then from here, go ahead and breathe through your nose and with your eyes closed, if possible. If they're open, let them rest gently on something pleasant. Good, and then from here, we're going to place the hands on the belly and place one on top of the other, just to sense the movement of the belly up and down. So don't exaggerate the breath. All you're going to do is just sense into the rising and the falling of the abdomen. And it doesn't matter which hand you have on top and which hand you have on bottom. So the abdomen should move out as you inhale and down or in as you exhale. So let's do the full breath position now. Now we're going to spread the hands apart and we're going to open the fingers wide. Spread the fingers. Let your middle fingers be at your navel. And then allow your index fingers at the solar plexus, so just like above your navel. And the thumbs on the lower ribs. The pinky and ring finger pointing down towards the hips. So as you breathe, feel a fullness of expansion in the ribs, the solar plexus, and the belly. Good, so just continue and repeat. So the whole biosphere is breathing you here. And we are part of that breathing body. So just feel that you're part of this breathing body. You're not breathing yourself. Something is breathing you. And you are connected to the something, which is the biosphere. So the atmosphere is actually breathing us. So that means when your diaphragm goes down and your breath comes in, it is one cohesive movement. When your diaphragm goes up and your breath goes out, it is another cohesive movement. So do that for a minute or two and just feel the sensations of breathing. Just gently connecting to the rising of the abdomen and the spreading, and that slow and gentle contraction and deflating of the abdomen. Good. Now from here, we're going to move into intercostal breathing, moving from the abdominal breathing to intercostal. So now place your hands on either side of your lower ribs. Either keep your palms flat on your lower ribs, or you can also have your thumbs facing down towards the floor. So you're not at your waist, you're higher up. You're actually in the area where the floating ribs begin. So if you're going to practice this way, then you're going to point your thumbs to the back of your body and keep the inner edge of your hand pressing at the lower ribs. Feel the ribs moving in and out, or out and in, like the wings of a bird expanding and contracting. Good, so this increases the volume of the thoracic cavity, enabling more air to flow in. We'll just expand and contract. And you can really feel the deepening of the breath here as the breath flows in and the breath flows out. Good, just go ahead and continue for a few more rounds on your own. Good, have one more breath. we'll move to thoracic breathing. So we're going to raise the hands all the way up to the top of the chest. So you're still on your back and you're still breathing through your nose. So you're going to place your hands on your sternum. So that's this central bony part that connects the rib cage together. Good. So begin to inhale. And as you inhale into this upper chest region, the sternum is going to lift. And it's going to lift away from your spine like a lever, And then exhale. The lever is going to come down. Let's try that again. Inhale. Lifting. And then exhale. The lever comes down. Shoulder blades are down. Your back. Good. And then just keep going. Inhaling. And exhaling. All of this is happening in 360 degrees. So as you do this, last part of the complete breath, you may feel your ribs move at the back. Yes, let's continue for a couple more breaths. Good, and when you've completed a couple more breaths, just relax your hands to the side of your body. And then just come to a natural breath. All right, and then when you're ready, go ahead and roll to your side and come up and come seated. So we're going to practice something that's called resonance breathing, and we're going to breathe in and out of both nostrils, and we're going to use a tone to help us stay in time.
Battery 50%. Connected to Johanna's iPhone.
Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. So the inhale.
Connected. Johanna's iPhone. Disconnected. Connected to Johanna's iPhone. Connected.
Good. Here is the in. This is the exhale. Here's the inhale. And the exhale. So we're going to do slow paced breathing of 5 to 7 breaths per minute. And this is to bring the baroreceptors, which regulate blood pressure, respiration, and heart variability, into the same pattern. It helps resist the baseline function of the autonomic nervous system, and it reduces stress, and it improves our cardiovascular health. And importantly, it makes the nervous system receptive to the changes in breathing patterns that we use in what's called pranayama. Okay, so we're going to be using this tone for the timing. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 minutes at a ratio of inhaling for 5 seconds and exhaling for 5 seconds. For some of you, this pattern is going to feel like too short or too long. And so I want you to slowly adapt to the pattern. Take breaks if you need to. And you'll start to find your rhythm. Okay, let's begin. Let's sit comfortably straight on the floor or in a chair, with your feet on the floor, on your bed, anywhere. Now let's pay attention to the flow of the air through the nose. And the breath may move in the abdominal region or the mid-thoracic, but try to avoid too much of the upper chest. The eyes can be opened or closed, and if they're closed, you'll be listening to the sound. See if you can let your awareness rest with the rising and falling of the diaphragm. Okay, we will do this for 2 minutes, and this can be done as a standalone practice. You can do this at any time of the day, and 10 to 20 minutes is recommended. Doing this practice twice a day enhances the effects as the nervous system becomes accustomed to the new rhythm. And for some people, starting with slow breathing is agitating. So for those people, we may want to do some energizing breaths, but we'll cover that later another time. Okay? All right. So one effect of the resonance breathing can be noticing more saliva in your mouth. And this is because you're starting to relax. That's the parasympathetic nervous system, which rules digestion, repair, and rejuvenation. It's becoming activated. So for those of you who feel that the slow breathing at this pace is a little stressful, hey, just hang in there and see if after a few minutes it becomes more comfortable. If necessary, you can take breaks for a few breaths. Okay, like I said earlier. Okay, let's begin. Sitting up tall, inhale. And exhale. Let the belly come in on the exhale. Inhale, everybody, through both nostrils. And exhale. Good, so hopefully now you're familiar with the sound, the inhale, and then the exhale. And let's go ahead and continue without me speaking. One or two more breaths here. Go ahead and finish with one more breath. Okay, super. So the next practice is going to be resonance breathing in single nostrils. So the other day we learned the Mudra of Nasika Mudra or Vishnu Mudra. So let's go ahead and repeat. Left hand can be in the Dhyana Mudra. And we're going to close the right nostril and we're going to breathe through the left. If the left nostril is blocked, just start out with the right nostril, going through the right nostril. And we'll do it again with the tones. So go ahead and press the right thumb to the right side of the nostril. And you don't want to be inside the nostril. You want to be right where the bony part and the fleshy part connect. And the ring finger will be pressing the left nostril. Okay. The area we'll press is the indentation of the upper ridge of your nostril in between the hard and the soft cartilage. And then try not to press down really hard to distort the nose off to the side. You want to push it too hard. If you have a rubbery nose, it might move anyway. But you want to try to not be too pushy with your nose. Okay. So again, if one nostril is completely blocked, just start with the opposite nostril, and we will begin breathing through the left nostril for 2 minutes, followed by breathing through the right nostril for 2 minutes. And we will take a short pause before moving from the left to the right. And we'll use the same bodily and breath awareness in this practice as we did while breathing through both nostrils. Okay, so keep the breath smooth, even, and unbroken. Okay, let's begin. Let's close the right nostril. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the left. Inhale to the left. Feel you need a little help, you can also hold the left nostril open with the left hand. Inhale left. Exhale left. Good. Inhale, just let the belly float, the ribcage flow open. Exhaling, naturally closing in. Pressing the belly into the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, just carry on with the sound. Okay, go ahead and let your hand come down and just have a couple of natural breaths in and out of both nostrils. Good. Let's go ahead and begin on the opposite side. Let's close the left nostril with the ring finger. Good. And inhale through the right nostril. Inhale, expanding your belly and your lower rib cage. And exhale, bringing the trunk muscles in. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more breaths. Good, and then just rest your hand down and inhale gently through both nostrils. And exhale softly through both nostrils. Good, now we'll do one more practice of resonance breathing where we'll breathe in an alternate nostril fashion. So we're going to inhale by closing the right nostril. We'll inhale through the left, then we'll close the left nostril, we'll exhale through the right. And then we'll inhale through the right, close the right nostril, exhale through the left. And that's one cycle. Just remember that you're switching your fingers only after the inhale. That's a helpful little tool. Okay, so let's go ahead and close the right nostril. And let's begin. Inhaling through the left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close your right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale to the right, feeling the expansion. Gently. Exhale left. Inhale left. Inhale right. Inhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Good. One more cycle. Good, and then gently release the hands down. Good, and just rest here. Allow your awareness to notice any changes you feel in the breath, or in the body, or in the mind. All right, and when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes if you haven't already. And we're going to move to two more practices. So if you'd like, go ahead and switch the cross of your legs. And if you need to stretch your legs out, go and let them stretch. Maybe stretching out your knees. Good, so now we'll practice the practice of Kapalabhati. Kapala is the Sanskrit word for skull. And Bhakti means shining, or bringing a luminosity, bringing a glow, a sense of vibrancy and a lightness to the head space. And this practice should be done with the spine straight, and it's done with a gentle pumping of the abdomen. So we can practice in this cross-legged position. We can also practice in the Vajrasana as well. All right, so try to make sure that you're not leaning forward or slouching, and it's okay to do this in a chair. You can even lie on the floor with the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. If you're finding that your spine is a little tired from sitting up for these past few practices. So it is performed by exhaling quickly, and as if you were blowing your nose, and then relaxing as you inhale. You can also imagine that there's a fly on your nose, and you're trying to blow it away without using your hands. So it's considered a cleansing practice. That's called a kriya. And it's not officially what we would call a pranayama, and we'll go into that later. But kriyas are used to stimulate and wake us up and prepare us for greater work. The action of the exhalation is in the area of the navel and the lower abdomen, and the abdominal pumps are even, steady, and measured, right? So it's very rhythmic. Boom, 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 boom. The abdomen should stay relaxed in order for the breath to be properly pumped out and then to flow in again. All right, so it's very much a pumping action. And this pumping action is to really create clarity and pushing out dullness, tamas guna that is in the head head space, right? Sometimes we have these congested sinuses and the energy is very heavy in the head. So it's an excellent breath practice to do in the morning. Okay, so we're gonna begin with 10 active exhalations and passive inhalations. After the 10 breaths are completed, please do 3 resonant breaths. Then let your breath fall into any natural pattern. Sometimes you might feel that the breath naturally pauses here. If it does, just sit quietly and enjoy the pause. Kapalabhati reverses the natural mechanism of breathing so that the inhalation is passive and the exhalation is active. And then this time, we're not going to be doing any retentions for Kapalabhati, but later we definitely will. And retention is where we hold the breath, in case you were wondering. So try not to do this too vigorously or too many times, especially as a beginner. And it should not be done if you're pregnant, have had recent abdominal surgery, if you've had a hernia, if you're menstruating, if you have glaucoma, if you've eaten very soon before this, or you have high uncontrolled blood pressure. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. So it is very common to have one nostril that's blocked. And this is because of the changing cycles of the autonomic nervous system. And we'll speak about that another time. So after doing full breathing, resonance breathing, and alternate nostril breathing, your nostrils might feel more open. And if one is still completely blocked or occluded, it could be that from allergies, your diet, if you have a cold, if you have a deviated septum, or other reasons that sometimes need professional consultation. But, maybe the next practice will clear them out. Okay, so let's begin. Let's place the hands on the belly. And we're going to inhale, bring your belly out, and then exhale really rapidly, bring your belly in. And then right away, bring and breathe again, and then again. Good, and then release, inhale, and then exhale. So that one was 15, so we'll go back to 10. Let's go ahead and begin again. Inhale, and begin. Good, now rest, and then have 3 resonance breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. Good, let's bring the hands back to the belly for round 2. We'll do 3 rounds. Inhale, and begin your pumping. And then relax. Relax the abdomen, relax the hands. Come to 3 resonance breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good, one more round of Kapalabhati. Go ahead, bring the hands to the belly. Let's inhale, and pump. Good, relax the abdomen, and again, come back into that cycle of deep and smooth resonance breathing. Just relax. It's more like receiving the breath. go ahead and open your eyes. So our next practice, the final practice of this session, is called Brahmari. Brahmari means the female hummingbee in Sanskrit. And this practice involves actually using our voice like we do with chanting Om. But the sound is really resonating in the whole skull, in the whole head region. And this is performed by exhaling through the nose and making a high-pitched humming sound. The sound, again, is a nasalized sound, as if you were saying num or ring. And so the sound is slightly further back in the palate than if you were saying mm. So I feel like it's sort of in and up. And we're going to use a mudra called Shanmukhi Mudra, or we're going to simply close the ears with the thumbs. Can be done to heighten the vibration and resonance of the ears. And this practice also allows us to create more sensitivity in the senses. Okay, we'll start with 3 rounds of Brahmari. So the exhalation should be longer than your inhalation. There should be no strain in trying to exhale for too long. And the sound should be pleasant and resonant in your own ears. And it does not need to be too loud. You can feel the vibration in the nasal cavities, so up in the sinuses. And after completing 3 rounds, just sit quietly and observe the mind. Observe the quality of your mind. Observe the quality of your breath, the quality of your body, and of course the heightening of your senses. Okay, so let's come into the Shanmukhi Mudra. And you're going to take your pinkies and you're going to place them underneath your lower lip, and then your ring fingers come above your upper lip. And your middle fingers can go toward the bridge of the nose or a little bit higher up towards the eyes. And then your elbows lift up towards the level of the shoulders, right? So it's not like this. The shoulders and the elbows are in the same height. And then use your index finger to close the lids of the eyes. Good. And so just sense into this position first. And before we plug the ears, let's just inhale through the nose and then just exhale through the nose without making a sound yet. Good, so once you plug your ears, you won't be able to hear very well, perhaps. So just watch me for 1 round and then we'll practice together. So I'm going to inhale through both nostrils. I'm going to close off the flap of my ears and I'm going to exhale and create the sound of that female hummingbee. Okay, so if that's too complicated for you, you can just practice by closing the flap of the ears with your thumbs and then just letting your hands rest over the cranium, maybe even over your eyes. Okay, so if you'd like to try the mudra, let's go ahead and place the pinky fingers under the bottom lip, ring finger above the top, and then the middle finger, and then toward the bridge of the nose, and then the index fingers close to the eyelids, cutting off the light. Go ahead and inhale, plug your ears, and begin. end of the third round, just go ahead and release the hands down. Place the hands comfortably wherever you like. And then just go ahead and observe the quality of your mind, of your thoughts, of your breath, of your body. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and gently open your eyes and slowly make your way down back onto your back. We will lie down for 5 minutes, and then we will come up and we'll finish with a meditation. So go ahead and lie down on your back, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of a tone to time. The knees can be bent and your feet flat on the floor if that is more comfortable for you than just lying completely flat. And the eyes can be open or closed. And just take a few moments to allow yourself to rest deeply, to deeply rest. And just absorb the practice of these different breathing practices that we did, working with our vital energy. And feeling a sense of an even flow of your vital energy throughout your body, known as prana. Okay, so just settle down, settle in. everybody, wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then go ahead and bring your arms out, give a nice stretch. And then slowly roll over to your side. And let's go ahead and come up. And now we're going to just practice a very short little meditation. And I'm going to guide you through it. And that'll conclude our practice of breathing and meditation. Okay, so we're going to practice what's called a listening meditation. So you can sit in a chair, you can sit on the ground. If you would like to lie down, say that you're feeling just really fatigued, that's also possible. Please lie down. But I know you just came down, you came from the Shavasana, so maybe sitting up will feel good. If you would like to have support for something on your back, try that. Okay. Good. So closing your eyes or letting your eyes be open and quiet. Go ahead and begin to listen to any sounds that you hear far away. And you're just listening. Even if you don't hear anything, just allow yourself to be open and receptive to any sounds that may arrive. Good, and then now from here, let's go ahead and listen to sounds that are closer by. Maybe in your room or your space. Maybe you hear the hum of a machine or of a refrigerator or voices in the next room. And again, with an open and receptive disposition, just receive the observation of those sounds. And then now from here, let's go ahead and listen to sounds that are within you, within your own body. Maybe the sounds of your heartbeat, of your saliva, of your digestive system, your blood flow. Just get to listen. And just be open and receptive without judging or forming an opinion or pushing them out or pulling into the sound. Good, let's try that one more time. Go and listen to sounds very far away, in the distance. Now bring your awareness a little bit closer in, maybe in your immediate surrounding. Now come into the sound within your own body. Let your hearing expand so that all sounds be in the presence of your awareness, without judging or pushing them away from you. Just sitting in an open space. Think within yourself, I am present within all the sounds that I hear. I am present within all the sounds that I hear. inhale. Analyze soft exhale. And then gentle.